In this tutorial, we'll be learning how to project and intersect sketch geometry. And after completing this tutorial, you'll be able to create advanced sketches using projections and intersections. Projecting and intersecting sketches in Fusion 360 means projecting or intersecting sketch geometry onto a 2D plane. To begin the tutorial, you'll need to download and open in Fusion a file called projecting, which is in the dataset with this course. Once you've got the file open in front of you, you'll note that it's essentially a cube with a sphere which has been combined together to make a component. To project sketch geometry in Fusion 360, we need to go to the toolbar, click Sketch, Project Include, and in the flyout menu we have a number of choices. But before we do this, we're going to create a work plane that we can project onto. In the toolbar, click Construct, Offset Plane. We're going to offset the XZ plane. To select the plane through the component, click and hold the left mouse button until you see the option. Then select the plane and use the manipulators to drag the offset plane up 40 mm. Then click OK to close the dialog window. I'll use the view cube to take a right-hand view and orbit a little, and now you can see the new offset plane 40 mm above the component. The first type of projection we're going to do is a regular projection. In the toolbar, click Sketch, Project Include, Project. Regular project allows us to project any type of geometry onto a selected plane. This includes points, edges, faces, bodies, and even other construction planes. To demonstrate this, first of all I'll select the plane that I want to project onto, and in the Project dialog window we have a choice of specified entities or bodies. Specified entities can include a number of different curves, points for example. So if I mouse over this corner of the cube for example, you'll note there's a red dot projected onto our new offset plane. The red dot is a preview point representing the corner of the cube. When I select the corner of the cube, this geometry is included into the projection onto the new offset plane. I can also select lines and entire faces. And if I go to the dialog and select the bodies filter, I can also create a silhouette projection of the entire body selected, and we can now see this above on the offset plane that we created. If we use the orbit tools, we can look down on this and we can see the projected geometry which has been included onto the offset plane. And when we're finished, we click OK in the dialog and then Stop Sketch in the toolbar. The next projection we're going to look at is an intersect. Intersect creates an intersection of the sketch plane with the selected objects. So in the browser, let's toggle off the visibility of the sketch that we've just created. Then use the view cube to click for a home view. We're going to create another offset plane. So in the toolbar, click Construct, Offset Plane. And we'll left click, hold, select the XY plane. Let's click for a right view using the view cube and move the plane to approximately the middle of the component. Then click OK to close the dialog window. We'll also toggle off the visibility of the origin in the browser so that we can see our new plane much more clearly. Now in the toolbar, click Sketch, Project Include, but this time select Intersect. Now we need to select the plane that we wish to intersect, which is our offset plane that we've just created. In the view cube, click Home, and if we look to the dialog, as with the regular project, we have a selection filter which includes specified entities and bodies. If we mouse over the model, we can see where the geometry intersects with our new offset plane. On this model, this edge of our cube intersects as a point with our offset plane. And if we toggle off the visibility of our component in the browser, we can see this point much more clearly. If I select this plane, we can see that the projection is intersecting our offset plane at 2 points. And if I select the top plane of the cube, we can see the intersection as a line, because our offset plane is vertical. If I change the selection filter to bodies in the dialog and then select the cube, we can see our intersection as a cross section. Projecting geometry onto different planes creates different types of intersections. Understanding the subtle but important difference between projections and intersections will enable you to create much more advanced 3D models. In the next tutorial, we'll take a look at how we can include 3D geometry into our sketches, as well as learning about how we might project our sketches onto the surface of a 3D model.